Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Blue Badge Crypto, bringing you another Bitcoin and market update. But listen, if you're not already on the Twitter, get over there at Blue Badge Crypto. That's where you're going to get the most time-sensitive alerts on trends, trading, and analysis in the market. 7 in Bitcoin, guys. We're starting on the 4-hour chart here, okay? If you're new to the updates, we can backtrack a little bit on price here, where we were tracking from, we were looking to long here, we long down here, we rode up to the top, we were looking for shorts, we were looking to long here again. It didn't quite work out, kind of just a tiny bit too soon. But the idea was there, we had that huge spike up here, ran into the top line of our channel here, and are now getting denied. And I told followers on the Twitter that I'd do some midterm TA. So I'm starting out here on the 4-hour chart, guys. And I just wanted to kind of showcase this for what market conditions are now, and when we can do, midterm trades, long-term trades, and, when it's time to be, doing short-term trades. So back here, from towards the end of January going into the beginning of February, this is where we had a lot of midterm long positions, right? We were just garnering long positions and holding them for multiple days, because essentially we were calling pretty much every single pump and dump back here. I mean, it was absolutely insane back here. We're calling dumps, pumps. We were calling fake out moves. It was crazy. I mean, we were calling almost every move, it seemed like. And then we got up into this range-bound price action up here. And again, pretty much traded that to near perfection up here, where we were shorting the top of it, shorting these resistance boxes, longing off the bottom of the range. And then we try to get our midterm short swing position here, okay, where if we were to get denied here again, which we did off the top of the range, we were likely going to fall back to the bottom of the range and then potentially break through the bottom of the range, because, right, we were talking about how that had a break at some point, one or the other, and it eventually did. I gave an update for that as well. But it was just a bummer that we missed that midterm swing short. That, look at that huge move down, just by fractions of a couple $100 up there. So that's a bummer. That's how it goes, though. But then if we zoom into current price action, we can kind of see where we're at, right? Where we've now come up, we fell down through the channel, re-entered the channel, and if we look here, we never had a back test of the upper line of the channel, okay? Where we broke down back into this channel, okay? Let's zoom back out to a 4-hour chart so everyone sees what we're talking about here, right? This channel that's been going on since essentially back in the beginning of December is still proving true here. I mean, almost to the exact dollar, guys. So if we go back to the hourly chart here, I mean, look at that wick up to the channel. I mean, it's hard to deny that the channel is proving true right there. I mean, that's just insane to see for a channel that's been going back there since the beginning of December. But we never had the back test there, so it was kind of acting as like a magnet for price to come back up here and reach that level. So we got up there. I tried to get an update as quick as I could on that, but it came up and literally just spiked up there and then went back down. We don't always see that. I was kind of expecting it to maybe hang around. I was expecting it to maybe even push up to the red line, actually, but it never really happened there. But then now we're looking at, this lower time frame ascending triangle. We've broken back into the pattern, broken down from it, potentially looking at a back test here on these lower time frames, where you could potentially have another entry here if price were to kind of creep up here and come and touch this line here, where you could potentially get another entry for a short and write it down. Now, this does have a higher risk, where we now have, more, support levels closer to us, right? We're up here. We still, had this lower time frame support, but otherwise it wasn't until down here. Now we do have, the yellow line at 38439, and we're going to have the midline of the channel here, which if it were to go straight down, it's at approximately $38,000 or so, guys. So that's what we're looking at on the midterm, on the short-term time frame. If we go back to that 4-hour chart here, guys, I actually posted one of these fractals here where we've essentially done the same exact path up, right? If you just split this in half, this price action in half, right? If we just look at it here, what we have now is just essentially a mirrored version of this exact price action, right? Almost to a T, where we had, this consolidation up, a spike up, and then into our range bound price action. Not quite exact, but we had, a spike down, this this bearish pattern down, this descending pattern where we had an ascending pattern here, now a descending pattern here, and then another spike up here, and now resting on that yellow line right above that yellow line here, kind of on this midterm outlook right here. Kind of similar to what we did right here, just a little bit, So if this were to keep mirroring, guys, this would mean that we would be in some type of, back test of the yellow line here. And I'll just kind of illustrate that for y'all, where if we were just to keep mirroring current price action, it would just look something like this, where we would just keep on consolidating right here and then have another spike up here. And I'm not saying this exactly will happen, but I'm just giving you an idea of how this price action is somewhat mirroring what we did. And if it were to just continue, right, where we consolidated here and then, went down, we had this move down, consolidated, went down. If we just mirrored it backwards, right, if we had to move up, consolidated, move up. So that's what we'd be, looking at if this, mirrored were to just continue playing out, guys. I'm not saying that will. I don't put a lot into fractals. I don't totally believe them. I think it just gives kind of a basic idea of what could happen. I don't think price action exactly repeats itself, guys. But I'm just kind of giving you that basic idea of an outlook right here. But for that to happen, it would mean breaking the upper line of the channel, guys. It would mean breaking the red line, and that would even mean breaking back into these range lows. So there is a bunch of resistance up here, guys. But if we zoom back in to this 1 hour chart here, we are getting that little bit of a push up here on Bitcoin to that to the lower time frame ascending triangle pattern. It did have a breakout target to 41434 approximately. Now that we've broken down from the pattern and are back testing it, that technical target is negated now that the pattern's broken down, and now we're back testing that level of resistance. But like I said here, guys, we do have a lot of resistance here. Upper line channel, that's again at approximately 40236. Now if we go straight up, it's at approximately 40172. We have the red line at 40765, and then we would have the range lows here, and those would be at approximately 41820, guys. Okay, so let's back it out to a 1 day chart and see what else we have going on. So if you're new here, you haven't probably seen this too often because, right, we've been focusing on those lower time frames with current market conditions. Okay, but where we are in is our macro A, B, and C wave correction down. And I know we have a lot of text and a lot of drawings on here, guys. Sorry, but stick with me here. We're in our macro A, B, and C wave correction down, where we've potentially found that C wave bottom. Now we're looking for price to get back above our A wave low here, hold that level as key support, and that's where we'd be seeing ourselves for continuation. And that A wave is at approximately 42350 or so, kind of right in there. And that's represented by this white line extended out by that dashed line here. So what we have is our, A, B, and C waves, where we now could have, potentially an A wave coming up here. And, it could be like A, B, and C wave. It's kind of hard to say what this would be right now with current price action. This could all just be one A wave up, trying to get back above this A wave low. Or this could be like a B, C coming down, where this could be already have an A wave, B wave, then a C wave higher. So it's kind of hard to read right now exactly what's going on with it. Or this could just not be our C wave, right? That we could have an even further down to even lower than this $33,000 bottom, guys. So I'm not saying that the bottom is at 33,000. I'm just saying that is currently the outlook with the price action that we're given, right? So that's what we're looking at, guys, on Bitcoin. That's what we're looking on total market cap. If we swing over to total market cap right here, right? I gave this update on Twitter yesterday where we were trying to hold this must break level, right? And it had its own bearish divergences here as well. We're making those higher highs, but lower highs on the oscillator, right? And now those have, kind of played out a little bit here where we've fallen down below the box. Now potentially coming back up here to try and retest this level as resistance once again, potentially have a break here. So again, this is pushing up to resistance. Bitcoin's pushing back into that lower time frame pattern, meeting a resistance level. So we'll see what happens here, guys. But if we were to break down, we're looking at total market cap at 1.716 trillion. And below that would be 1.662. And below that is the can't lose level. If we come back down here and test this again, guys, and we push down here, I could see that is where we would, leak down lower if we have to come down here and test these level, guys. So that's what we're looking on the market. That's what we got on Bitcoin, guys. We're having that little bit of push up here to that line. You can see it actually just touched as we're talking, I think. Yeah, it just touched the line. So if you just took that entry right now, you are now sitting in a little bit of profit. Here coming soon, you could even move your stop loss up to your entry point. So you just got that entry if you were watching the charts, guys. So that's what we have going on. Thanks for watching today, guys.